The San Antonio Spurs are a team I love to talk about. And the interesting part about them is I feel like a lot of analysts, a lot of people in the media were like they're going to be a 12th seed. They're not even going to make the playoffs. They're not even going to be in contention. And I want to say, and I've said it before in multiple videos, that they have proved them wrong. And Greg Popovich continues to show us that even at his ripe old age, he continues to innovate. So before we start today's video, I want to hear down below, who do you think is the main person? Like, obviously, DeMar DeRozan is like the point forward, but outside of DeMar DeRozan, who's the main guy that you like to watch on the Spurs? And what do you think of the Spurs' potential this season? And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to just talk about a little good feel video, talking about where we think the Spurs are going this season at this point. I'm going to start doing mid-season grades soon, but this is just a let's just talk about the Spurs, really. And I first want to talk about it's looking like they're going to call up Luka Saminka. I want to say that, or Samanka, from the G League, and so they will call Trey Jones. First off, Luka's been going off. He's been scoring, averaging 22.8 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 46.2% shooting, and he's been deadly from three. So I think they're going to try to pull up Luka and see if he can translate those G League bubble numbers into the NBA as a guy off the bench, who I really like. Luka, if you guys didn't know, I actually made a video about him in the pre-draft process, and that one was one of the videos that popped up, and I've been watching his career for a little bit now. And Trey Jones is a guy who is actually dishing out a bunch of assists in the G League, and he's scoring 18 points in a 9 assist game. So another guy they want to see if they can work into their rotation. And they're not going to be big guys, but Now, we could talk about DeMar DeRozan, how he's turned into a point forward. But if you follow my channel, there's a video I've done on that. I made multiple videos on DeMar DeRozan's the Spurs. And right now, I just want to talk about the rest of the team in the sense that they got guys like DeJounte Murray, who I am such a big fan of, who's, I think, one of, if not the best defensive point guard in the league. And I think he's great, and he's probably, outside DeMar DeRozan, he's, in my opinion, the face of the franchise right now. Like, DeMar DeRozan, yes, he's great and stuff, but he isn't the cornerstone of the franchise. I think DeJounte Murray is. And then you got Keldon Johnson. Both Murray and Johnson are shooting pretty shitty from three. If you look at it, Murray's 31% and Johnson 32%, but they're at least shooting 3 threes a game, and they're really stretching the floor. But they're really guys who, this is a team that scores in transition. They're a two-way team. They use their athleticism and their ability to get down the court quicker than you, and their defense and their length to beat other teams. That's why I like seeing the lineup with Murray, Johnson, Walker, White, and Pirtle. Or sometimes they'll have, I really like Pirtle as like the trailing big man. Obviously, you would like to see someone like Andre Drummond or Al Horford instead, because then you could trade LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's nothing wrong. It's just like I've said this before. LaMarcus Aldridge is the elephant in the room. It's just, LaMarcus, you aren't that great anymore. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be quite honest. It's just like they should trade LaMarcus. He's shooting 35% from three, but imagine Al Horford or Andre Drummond on this team. Then you get yourself Derek White. He's still working his way back from injury, but he's shooting 34%. I really like Derek White at the point guard position, with Murray at the shooting guard, Johnson at the small forward. At the power forward, you put DeMar DeRozan, and then at center, you put obviously either Drew Eubanks or Yoko Pirtle. Drew Eubanks is a guy who doesn't play as much, but I really do like Drew Eubanks. He's a fun guy. Trey Lyles is the odd man out. And Luka and Trey Jones, who I've talked about, will probably take up I could see maybe some of Rudy Gay's minutes, or obviously take up Trey Lyles easily and Drew Eubanks. But Devin Vassell's another guy who we'll see more and more through the year. Devin Vassell never makes mistakes. He's so good. At this point, if we look at the rest of the season, and they pretty much have till March 4th, I think the outlook for the next 5 games, I think they're going to beat the Thunder. They should beat the Pelicans. They could lose the Nets. I think they'll beat the Knicks. I think they can go 3-2 or 4-1 in the next 5 games, which will boost them up to a pretty solid record of, what would it be? They're in the 6th place, but I'm blanking on their record right now. 16 and 11. Yeah, I think they could go up to 20 and 12 or 19 and 13 in the next 5 games, and that'd be great for them. I think it'd be solid. But that's it for me today, guys. I think this team is going to be the 6th or 5th seed in the playoffs. And I really think they could make it to the second round. I think they do need to make a trade for an actual big man. I'm sorry. I do like Yoko Pertl, but I think Yoko Pertl's more a guy off the bench, an energy guy. And you should use LaMarcus Aldridge and a future first round pick, as the trade bait. That's what I would do. I think that's the best option. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Till next time, guys. But peace out.